Broadcasting live from Houston, from the space city to the world. You are watching NowMedia Television.
Hey, welcome to Biz Talk TV. I'm your host and guide, Michael Rager. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm driving in today, Houston, Texas. Traffic's out there, and I'm going to tell you what's going on. Our workers are getting back in the office. Things are going on, and what happens when that happens? We ended up with potential conflict in the office, and that's what we're going to talk about a lot today on this show. You know, when conflict happens, there's three things that really can affect your business. Number one is employee morale. If employee morale is not good, they're not going to be what number two is going to be. Productive. We need productivity out of them. We need happy employees are productive employees, and that's one of the things we really, really need in our business. And that takes us to number three, is we need overall business success. And what does that mean? It means profitability. It means, you know, we're making the money, we got the time, we got everything that we need. So today we're going to be talking to our experts, and we're going to talk about what we can do to, number one, prevent significant conflict in the office, and number two, once it starts happening, what do we do to overcome it? And that's what it's all going to be about today. I'm your host and guide, Michael Rager. We're here on Biz Talk TV on the NowMedia Television Network, and we're going to be right back right after this.
The tax and bookkeeping team is key to any successful business. At Gunderson's Bookkeeping, our passion is to help small business owners grow, be profitable, and to prosper. We specialize in supporting small to mid-sized business owners who want to hire a full-time or even a part-time bookkeeper, but just do not have the funds. In addition, we free business owners from the tedious tasks of bookkeeping and help them focus on their business operations, their growth, and profitability. Gunderson's Bookkeeping is your business solutions partner offering a broad range of services to meet the needs of our clients. A profitable business needs accurate and reliable books, so take a strong step and call us today for your personal, no-risk consultation.
If you have the perfect health insurance plan and you don't want to save any money, you might want to stop listening now. However, if you are like the rest of us who know that the number one cause of bankruptcy is unexpected medical costs due to subpar coverage, you really want to listen closely. Even if you owe 20% of your medical costs for a large claim, like cancer or a bad accident, it will wipe out the wealth you've worked for your entire career. That's why when it comes to choosing health insurance, it's important to get the right coverage for you and your family. I'm April Clark with Clark Health Insurance. My mission and passion is to simplify the process for small business owners, families, and self-employed individuals. Protect your health and start saving money on your insurance today.
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business guide and host, Michael Rager. Got my good friend, Katrin Becker. Katrin, how are you today?
I am doing well, thanks. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm telling you, the traffic was great getting in here today. You're so lucky you're back on the north end of town.
It must be spring break or something.
Spring break's over. That's it. Everybody came back and they're back. So how was your spring break, and how were things going in business for you?
Spring break was great. It was good having some quality time with the kids and making sure that I was, very intentional with what we spent with them while still working. It's a delicate balance, but it is possible. You can have it all if you plan it all.
I had to take my son golfing, so and it's the thing about teaching a 12-year-old how to cuss on the golf course. It's just, you got to go do it properly. All right, so
I love it.
You're taking me to a big topic today, right? You're taking us to a big topic today. We're talking about I guess we're going to talk a little bit more personal than business here, and your relationship with something that's much bigger than you. That whether you call it God, whether you call it the universe, whether you call it whatever. Why is that important?
Yes, and we're going to go there because, we've been together for several weeks now, months and months, and we've talked about all different types of relationships, but the relationship that we have with our Creator, whoever that means for us, is a huge part of who we are and helps us to develop our moral compass and our integrity, which are important parts of our relationships with all of the people, the relationships in business that we spoke about. We have to consider that piece of it. And it's kind of insane that it's not something that's spoken about, because when you look at the statistics of the entire world, only 7% of the people don't believe in God. It works out to be about 500 million people. 200 million of those come from China. So when you're thinking about it, the vast majority of everyone that we're interacting with believe in something. And wouldn't it be nice if we could all just agree that, yes, there's something bigger and that's enough, and we don't need to, fight about whether it's, what God it is or what it is in that way, but just to think that there is something bigger that we all believe in, and that's something that really brings us all together.
Well, that would be utopia, because we know humans, we can't agree about anything, right?
I'm working to fix that.
So why is that relationship important? I know my personal relationship comes and goes. It's frustration and here and that. So how do we look at that?
Well, I think the best word for it is faith. And I think that that's a word that no matter which religion you ascribe to or, spiritual practice, the word of faith is something that everyone can kind of agree on. And to go into business is a leap of faith. Having trust in something bigger than yourself and knowing that there's, yes, it relies all on you, but there's other forces at play, allows you to take maybe risks that you wouldn't if you didn't believe that was the case. So I think faith is what allows us to have businesses, to allow us to go out and flourish, because we have the faith that there's something out there that's going to protect us.
So, but doesn't that faith have to do somewhat with what, quote unquote, God that we've been brought up to, follow? Because I know that, I was brought up Catholic, and I was C&E Catholic.
Oh, so am I.
Yeah, so I hit the two biggies. I'm really Catholic on Christmas and Easter. I do the things that we got to do. But, I got a buddy of mine coming in town tomorrow, and he's Buddhist. And we've had some interesting talks about, hey, Buddha says we've got everything. We don't have to go to you. I've given you everything. And so, and how we look at different things. So doesn't that have a little bit difference on how we look at the Creator and how we act?
We're all writing the same script. We're just using a different font.
Right.
We're all saying the same things. And I've studied, more Hinduism and Buddhism and these different things. And you talk about the chakra system and, traditional Chinese medicine with the meridians and how the chi flows and energy flows. It's all the same things that we're saying. It's just in a different words that we're using. There's a lot of similarities that come through that. And it's unfortunate that the human condition is for us to seek out the differences instead of seeking out where the similarities are. And that's really the theme of everything we've been talking about with all of these relationships, on how we're building relationships, within our family and within our spouses and with ourselves. It's about finding where we're similar and focusing on that instead of only looking at where we're different and having that be a source of contention.
Yeah, but we look at, we opened up talking a little bit about conflict. Most of the conflicts in the world have been about religion. And we just lost everything. Oh, okay, there you are. You're back. I'm like, wow, what happened? Everything went black.
God didn't want us to talk about that.
Yeah. So yeah, we're not talking about that. But I mean, that's that's true, right? A lot of the major conflicts we've had in the world have been about religion and how mine's different than yours.
It's absolutely true, and I think the part where religion and spirituality diverge is how spirituality was given to us, how we just know that there's something else out there. Like people will know that regardless of what has been, taught to them or what they was raised. Like it's always being passed down from the earliest. The earliest people had some sort of belief in something else, whether it was a single God or multiple gods, but they all knew that there was something else that was there. And you have to wonder, like, where did that come from if that's not something that we're innately born with? And you have to think that so many of the conflicts with religion has a money and power play, which is a uniquely human trait that we're bringing into it.
Yeah, we do. It's humans. We try to screw everything up that's good, right? We do everything we can. We can have good stuff, but we want to go in and do these things that kind of break up these good things. So when you're coaching your clients, how do you bring their faith into their success?
It's a crucial part of it. And there have been many people that, when they first come to me, something has happened in their lives that shakes their faith, that they're no longer feeling as connected as they once were. And so it's a beautiful thing to watch that come back through the process of, breaking down these barriers and these areas where they haven't been successful in the past. But I think what's important to consider from a business perspective is really thinking about that the majority of the people you're working with have the vast majority have some sort of higher faith. And that if you can come at it from the place that you're both, where you have the commonality, it can really help to resolve a lot of that conflict.
Yeah, that's true. This is a really deep subject. We can go for a long time on this for sure. But we got like 1 minute for you to wrap up. So how do people get a hold of you, and how do they come to work with you and help you coach them through and move to success?
Well, this would be a much funner topic with some whiskey.
Yes, it will. I was thinking that. You just got to come out to the next whiteboards and whiskey.
I think so. I think that would be a much better thing to work on. I mean, I solve people problems. That's what I work on. So wherever it's coming from, whether it is a people problem that you're having with your religion, with your spouse, at work, whatever it is, that's what I'm really good at working through. So I feel like I'm like the vanilla ice of, if you got a problem, I'll solve it. So that's really what I thrive in. I love to find different solutions where people don't see solutions, and finding a way that we can all get along, and reframing situations so that people can think about something differently and come to different conclusions.
Well, Kat, I love it. I'm looking forward to our next talk. I'm looking forward to that whiskey. Who's buying, me or you?
You. Duh.
Oh, okay. Anytime to get free whiskey. So I'll try my best. Well, that's great, Kat. I appreciate it. Can't wait till the next segment. I think we'll go a little bit, I don't know, you got to tell me what we're going to go deeper in the next time. But we got to go to commercial. My name is Michael Rager. I'm your business guide here on Biz Talk TV. We'll be back right after this.
Working through the legal system is challenging and risky, especially if you don't have the right attorney at your side. Hi, my name is Sonia Aston, and I'm an attorney with over 30 years of experience. I've helped small and medium-sized businesses and business owners to make sure that their legal rights and interests are protected. As general counsel for you and your organization, I can draft and review solid contracts, minimize the risk of litigation, review and prepare comprehensive business succession plans, or help you navigate your company with the local, state, and federal government. Take a decisive step today. I'm here to make sure your legal rights are protected and you have a peace of mind that you deserve.
Are you a business owner feeling overwhelmed or burnt out with no energy left for what's most important to you? In order to effectively run your business and maximize your profits, you have got to be the best possible you that you can be. Now is the time to reclaim your energy, master your schedule, and maximize your profits so you can effectively run your business rather than it running you. It's time to become the CEO of your business and life. I'm Jen Godet, a business strategist and life coach. I work with overwhelmed business owners who feel stuck in a rut and depleted. I teach you how to stop doing the things that aren't making you money and start prioritizing the things that bring you energy, joy, and lasting impact. I'm a human performance specialist and an international best-selling author. I've helped countless people all over the world to learn the art of saying no, overcome their fear, and maximize their performance. Let's get you to live your best possible reality. Start today and become the CEO of your business and your life.
As a critical aspect of your operations, you need the right technology partner to provide you and your business the peace of mind of having reliable and efficient IT systems. In addition, with cyber threats, ransomware at an all-time high, adequate, continuous, and proactive data protection for your business is an absolute must. Hi, this is Roland Parker with Impress Computer Solutions. We are experts in tailored IT solutions and professional 24/7 IT support services. We proactively monitor, maintain, manage, and protect your IT and data assets. Additionally, we have the know-how and horsepower to do the correct procuring of any and all computer systems or software your company may need. Having the correct IT infrastructure and not being able to operate safely and correctly is very expensive and can eventually destroy growth. So take a decisive step and call me today for a complimentary consultation at 281-647-9977 for your unique IT needs.
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager. I got my good friend, Eric Harrison. Eric, how are you today?
Man, I'm great. How are you, Michael?
I'm good. Okay, you told me I can't mention the tournament, so I won't.
But you just did.
But it was, I'm telling you, bud, you know, at least your team went to the big dance. Mine went to the little dance, and we still sucked it.
Yeah, but we only had one dance.
Yeah.
We didn't stay the whole time.
All right, but we're going to talk about capacity and building capacity. Why is it important to build capacity, you know, yourself personally and your team?
Well, first of all, you know, one of the things that you always talk about in your business is increasing profits and helping people to grow in so many different ways. Well, many times we're trying to grow, but we don't have the capacity to be able to handle all of these new things that are coming our way. We don't have the mental capacity. We don't have the physical capacity. We don't even have the professional capacity. So in order for us to be able to do things that we've never done before, we have to stretch ourselves and allow people to come in to tell us new things, show us new methods, so that we can be the best that we can possibly be.
Yeah, one of my early coaches, he used to had this equation, B times do equals have. A lot of times we know what we want to have, we know what we got to do, but it's the becoming, right? That's the hardest part, is becoming that person.
Exactly.
So how do you help them become?
Well, one of the things that I do is, first I start off with evaluation, always evaluation, especially during initial consultations. And first of all, most times people come in and they think they know it all. They think they got it all together. But then when we really start to break it down, I uncover some areas where they're weak and they really don't have the strength to be able to handle that new thing that they're trying to talk about. Right. I mean, Michael, I know you run into it all the time. When you go in and people say, hey, increase my profits, help me to grow and be great, and then you start touching on those sore spots, they wince and they back up. And that means they don't have the capacity to be able to handle it.
Well, let's talk a little bit. We talked a little bit of Maxwell we were talking about. So, you know, 21 laws of leadership, law 1 is law of the lid.
Yes.
You know, if you're not good at certain things, should you even try to work on that capacity or outsource the capacity?
Well, that's a great question, and I have kind of a hybrid answer for that.
Okay.
So, no, you don't have to do it, but you do need to understand it. That's a big difference. That's a huge difference. I don't have to put my hand to the plow in order to understand the purpose of the plow.
Right.
And I think what happens many times is that we'll say, hey, I'm not good at this, then outsource it, but just have no idea about what you just outsourced. You don't know what's going on. So you do need to expand your capacity in that sense, whereas you have some type of high level knowledge of what you're farming out. So then you can evaluate it, see that it's helping, and then you'll know what's going on with your business.
Yeah, so as we do that, it's very important. So when you're working with professionals and, your job is to help them move from one stage in their career to another,
Right.
Where do you see some of the biggest issues in capacity? I mean, we were just talking with Kat, and we were talking about spiritual capacity.
Yes.
Where is it? Where do a lot of, high-level, high-performing people struggle?
I was just in a meeting yesterday, and it was a meeting of leaders, and the first thing that came up was servant leadership. And I heard all these people talking about, man, I really want to take care of everybody else, and I want to make sure that I'm making my people are growing and everything's going well with them. But they never talked about developing themselves. They never talked about expanding their own personal capacity, which is that spiritual capacity, which is even physical capacity, even your professional knowledge that you have. It's so much about, hey, I need to be able to serve these people and do all this stuff for them. But then you don't have a solid foundation yourself. And come on, Michael, you know what's up with that, man. If you don't have a solid foundation, how in the heck are you going to help anybody else?
Well, but it goes back to, I think we're never going to get to what we thought we were going to talk about. I got somewhere else I want to go
Right.
on this. It goes back when you're on the airplane and they tell you, and they're giving you the briefing, they say, hey, with the oxygen mask comes down first, you need to put it on yourself first, then help others.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what you're talking about, right, Eric?
Exactly.
Is it because if you don't have the knowledge, the strength, the whatever, you can't pass along crap.
Exactly. And look, Michael, let me tell you this. The only way that they can connect to a great guy like you is to realize that you don't have the capacity to do the stuff that Michael can do.
Yeah.
You have to get past that whole pride thing, humble yourself a little bit, and get the help you need. And just know, hey, I'm weak in this area. I need to expand so that my profits can expand and I can grow them, maintain them, and grow them again. Because that's what we're always trying to do, right?
It was it's so funny. I go there and I was talking to a guy yesterday, a prospect yesterday, and $750,000 company, solid company, right? He wants to get to $4 to $5 million. He's 60. He wants to retire about 68. He wants to be able to sell the company. And I give him my fees, and he goes, well, here's what I've told every other coach that I know, and nobody will take me up on it. You go get me 2 to 3 clients first to go take it. I'm like, dude, that's not my job. My job is to build you into a $5 million business owner.
Exactly.
And you just talked about it. Pride, ego, all these things get in the way. Not get in the way. So, how much butt kicking do you have to do with your clients as you're moving them through this?
You know what? It's like peeling back an onion.
Right.
When you deal with clients, first and foremost, you got to get past the pleasantries. Oh, this and that. Hi, how are you? I'm doing this. I'm great here. I'm great there. But then you have to peel back those layers so that you can see those soft spots. The places where they know they get a little antsy, and because they're weak in that area. They can't stand on their own legs, and they need our support. We're the braces to help them to have the foundation so that they can grow. And again, Michael, you're a straightforward guy. You hit people right in the mouth with stuff. And sometimes when you hit them in the mouth, they stagger. And that area where they stagger is where you come in to help them out.
Well, it is. I tell my clients, in the first 90 days, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to either make you cry or you're going to tell me to F off.
Or both.
Hopefully both. Because hopefully both.
Yeah.
We hit the emotion in there deep enough to help them.
Exactly. And you got to be real about it, Michael.
Yeah.
You got to be real about where the hell you are. If you're not real about it, then how the heck can we help you?
Right, exactly. All right, man, we got 1 minute to finish up. How are we going to get a hold of Eric Harrison and help us learn how to dunk a basketball, and then how to go ahead and build the capacity in our life?
Okay, so...
Because I'm a fat white guy, dude. I can't...
You can throw the lob, though.
Yeah, that's
just
it.
Like you just did. Listen, you can reach me at expressyourperspective.com. Everything that I have going on is there. I have a free Facebook group, My 7. That's great. Also, I have an ebook on there about building your personal capacity. Everything that we just talked about, it'll give you tips and techniques on how to do that. So go there, check out all that information, and hey, I know you're going to love it.
And I do too. You know, I love coming in, the energy we have together.
Yes.
That we do have some Eagle Rare on you soon. I know that's coming.
Oh, he pays attention.
I know you and your dad had some good times over spring break, man. So I'm looking for it. You have a great trip to Atlanta or Tampa this week.
Yes.
Go out and have a good time. So if you don't, you got to increase your capacity. Go talk to Eric. I'm telling you, it's going to be a great thing. I'm Michael Rager, your business guide here on Biz Talk TV on the NowMedia Television networks. We'll be back right after this.
The tax and bookkeeping team is key to any successful business. At Gunderson's Bookkeeping, our passion is to help small business owners grow, be profitable, and to prosper. We specialize in supporting small to mid-sized business owners who want to hire a full-time or even a part-time bookkeeper but just do not have the funds. In addition, we free business owners from the tedious tasks of bookkeeping and help them focus on their business operations, their growth, and profitability. Gunderson's Bookkeeping is your business solutions partner offering a broad range of services to meet the needs of our clients. A profitable business needs accurate and reliable books, so take a strong step and call us today for your personal, no-risk consultation.
Are you a business owner feeling overwhelmed or burnt out with no energy left for what's most important to you? In order to effectively run your business and maximize your profits, you have got to be the best possible you that you can be. Now is the time to reclaim your energy, master your schedule, and maximize your profits so you can effectively run your business rather than it running you. It's time to become the CEO of your business and life. I'm Jen Godet, a business strategist and life coach. I work with overwhelmed business owners who feel stuck in a rut and depleted. I teach you how to stop doing the things that aren't making you money and start prioritizing the things that bring you energy, joy, and lasting impact. I'm a human performance specialist and an international best-selling author. I've helped countless people all over the world to learn the art of saying no, overcome their fear, and maximize their performance. Let's get you to live your best possible reality. Start today and become the CEO of your business and your life.
Hey, are you a small business owner that's struggling to double or triple your revenue and profits? My name is Michael Rager. I'm your business guide with Teach Your Business to Fish. Our success operating system will help you double or triple your profits every 2 to 3 years while actually maintaining some semblance of a home life. Call us at 713-201-5559 and we'll help you become a real success. Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your host and business guide, Michael Rager, here on the NowMedia Television networks. I got my good friend, Matthew Paul. Matthew, man, I'm telling you, there's a lot of things going on the financial front. There's something that I didn't even know about until you got in today. Secure 2.0. What is that?
Oh, first of all, thank you, Michael, for having me again in the show. You asked a very good question, and as you know, America has a retirement problem. People are not saving for retirement, so government is now stepping in. Secure 1.0, actually Secure is a short form for, is actually an acronym for setting every community up for Retirement Enhancement Act. It was first released in 2019 and the current Congress has expanded it to 2.0, which was released on December 29th, pretty much the last day of the 2022. It came in effect in 2023, and so there are several good things that is coming out of the Secure 2.0. And the number one thing is that the RMDs, the required minimum distributions, are getting increased to 73 years. That means that you don't have to distribute your IRAs in 72, when you are turning 72, you will get to keep it for one more year before you can pay your taxes. So that's one good advantage that we have on this one, this particular act. The second one that will be beneficial for business owners and for other people is that if you have a Roth 401k or a Roth 403b, you don't have to take any required minimum distribution. That means that you can push it out into this whole thing into the next generation if you want to. So that is also a good thing. And then every person, they are getting a bump up in the contribution limit as far as their IRA is concerned. So if you are less than 50 years of age, your maximum contribution is going to $6,500. And if you're over 70 years of age, over 50 years of age, the contribution is going to $7,000.
So old guys like me can put more money away. So
yeah, well, that is because you have not saved enough, or the government wants you to save a little bit more as you go through that.
But how are business owners going to do that? I mean, we're facing inflation. We've got this. Now tell me, I got to put more money away that I don't have.
Well, there's another reason to that, right? I mean, nobody likes to pay taxes. Right. Everybody wants to pay the fair share. Nobody wants to pay extra. And what they can do is that they can move X amount of money out of their account and not pay taxes for that particular year. And when their tax bracket is lower, hopefully when they retire, then they can pay taxes at that point. Another beautiful thing is that it's the 529 plan. A lot of people ask me, hey, what if my child doesn't go to college? Why am I saving for it? Here's a beautiful thing. If you invest in a 529 plan and if you don't use it, you can convert it into your child's Roth IRA after certain years, and there are some conditions and stipulations to that, but after that you can do it. So this bill is a very encouraging, overhauling bill that Congress has passed, irrespective of the political aisle that you are in, and I believe that this will help a lot of Americans and a lot of business owners.
So how does it, as a business owner, and if I have employees, how does that affect me?
Oh, that's another good question. So everybody, if you have a retirement plan, all employees are automatically drafted into the retirement plan.
Okay.
Earlier it was a matter of choice. You have to choose. Here you have to go the other way around. You have to choose to withdraw and not choose to enroll. That's a good thing because most of the people don't know, especially younger folks, and they're automatically enrolled into the retirement plan. The other option is regarding the simple and the SEP IRAs. Simple and SEP IRAs are usually for small businesses, and that is one way they save money for the retirement. They can have a Roth option, so that is also good for the business owners. So there are so many things that comes for the business owners. However, this is a very complicated and very exhaustive piece of bill. You need to have somebody guiding you throughout this whole process.
Right, this is why you've got to sit down with your financial professional and actually sit down. So when you take your clients through this, I mean, what are you going to start asking them? So this is so new. How do you start pulling out their knowledge so you can go ahead and help them even more?
Yeah. So when somebody comes, the first thing we do is education, right? So most of the people, they don't know all those things. And it's not a crime not to know all those things, right? I mean, what we don't know is what we don't know. So what we sit with people, go through it line by line and try to explain everything and teach them. And then we will make sure that their debt is paid off. I'm not talking about 2% debt, I'm talking about massive credit card debt. Once the debt is paid off, then we will have a very good bookkeeper go through the books and make sure that the money is allocated for their profits, the money is allocated for their taxes, and then we will go through all these retirement plans to reduce their tax burden.
Well, great. So how early should people start doing this? Because is it going to affect their tax bill here in 2023, or is this going to start taking an effect of them in 2024?
No, 2023. So now, not everything, I take it back. Not everything is going to go effect in 2023, okay. But certain pieces of bill is going to effect in 2023, and then it is going to be expanded in 2024. So if you are a business owner, or if your spouse is a business owner, you cannot wait. If you are already 1 quarter into this new year, this is the time for you to take action, and lo and behold, December is going to come very fast, and then you will run out of time. So I highly recommend that you be educated on this and take action as soon as possible.
All right. So how do people get a hold of you so they can sit down and spend the time with you and go through their finances, with that fine-tooth comb, so they can get rid of all the crap and start really making some money?
Absolutely, Michael. So for those people who are very much interested, we will offer a first session completely free because we want to make sure that we can actually help you. If you cannot, there's no point in charging anybody. So we don't do any charges at the beginning. You can call us at 281-435-1888. And somebody from our office will schedule a initial consultation, and then we will take it. And if this is something that is beneficial for you, then we will keep moving and working with you.
Well, man, Matthew, so I'm going to call you the wrong name here. I'm telling you, man, age is catching up with me, Matthew. It's happening. The grays are all the grays and the baldness.
Well, I have some too. So
it says we got wisdom. It's make-believe wisdom. The more grays I've got.
So nobody is getting younger. The business owners, the tax brackets are going to go up over time. I mean, taxes have hardly come down every year.
Yeah.
And so if you are not putting efforts into your business, if you are not being careful in how the money is coming, money is going out, and allocating it in the right category, you will work the entire year, entire life, and there will be nothing to show forth for. So I hope you take action sooner than later.
Yeah, I love it, Matthew. Thank you so much. I love it. Every time you come here, you get some new ideas. Hey, this is new stuff. You need to learn it, and you need to go find a professional. So that's why you got to give Matthew a call. I'm Michael Rager, your business guide here on Biz Talk TV on the NowMedia Television networks. We're going to be back right after this.
Working through the legal system is challenging and risky, especially if you don't have the right attorney at your side. Hi, my name is Sonia Aston, and I'm an attorney with over 30 years of experience. I've helped small and medium-sized businesses and business owners to make sure that their legal rights and interests are protected. As general counsel for you and your organization, I can draft and review solid contracts, minimize the risk of litigation, review and prepare comprehensive business succession plans, or help you navigate your company with the local, state, and federal government. Take a decisive step today. I'm here to make sure your legal rights are protected and you have a peace of mind that you deserve.
If you have the perfect health insurance plan and you don't want to save any money, you might want to stop listening now. However, if you are like the rest of us who know that the #1 cause of bankruptcy is unexpected medical costs due to subpar coverage, you really want to listen closely. Even if you owe 20% of your medical costs for a large claim, like cancer or a bad accident, it will wipe out the wealth you've worked for your entire career. That's why when it comes to choosing health insurance, it's important to get the right coverage for you and your family. I'm April Clark with Clark Health Insurance. My mission and passion is to simplify the process for small business owners, families, and self-employed individuals. Protect your health and start saving money on your insurance today.
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV here on the NowMedia Television networks. I'm Michael Rager, your business host and business guide. I got my good friend Leo Simpson on the line. Leo, how's it going today?
Going well. Great to be here.
All right, buddy. Man, so we're going to talk about teams and making exceptional teams. We talked a little bit about conflict when I opened up today. Why do we have to worry about making exceptional teams?
Man, it starts with understanding that a highly exceptional team is certainly not a horrible team, not a bad team, not a good team, and also not an exceptional team. A highly exceptional team is a team that has a profound amount of intentional focus. They're kind of like that team that it's like they can't lose. And when I say that team can't lose, it's not so much that they don't have drawbacks, they don't have situations, but because they're so focused, they are so dialed in on what it is that is their intent, their pursuit, their ultimate objective, they can't lose. And so that's what makes a highly exceptional team so special, because the dynamics of what makes that team what it is what really drives them and causes them to thrive.
Well, we come back, I'm a big football fan. I love football, and I'm a University of Michigan guy, and my favorite NFL quarterback, Tom Brady. So you look at, this is a guy that won all the time. I mean, won more Super Bowls than anybody, but even though he was a star, he was the guy. He wasn't the most highly paid guy. He was the highest paid quarterback. So when we're going to put together a team, how do you help your clients figure out how to bring the right members in to make it fit?
So it's interesting you use Brady. Brady wasn't the highest paid by choice. I don't know if people know that, but he chose to not get the highest income, the highest salary because he wanted there to be room in the salary cap in order to get exceptional players around him. So it starts with a leader who understands that if I'm going to be great, I've got to surround myself with great people, right? If I'm going to be highly exceptional, I've got to surround myself with people who are not just highly exceptional, but people who ascribe to what it means to be highly exceptional. And a part of getting the right people around you is not just getting people who have won. It's getting people who are hungry. It's getting people who want to grow. It's getting people who desire something greater, something bigger, and even someone who wants to unleash, unlock, tap into that unfulfilled, dormant potential that is lying beneath the surface. You know, we all have a capacity of unfulfilled potential and an unlimited capacity of that unfulfilled potential that we're able to tap into. And so when you bring that to the table, and it's very clear that you want to really unleash that, and that be in the context of excellence in your team environment, be it sports, be it work, be it family. We've been talking a lot about family and business, you know, those two dynamics as well. When you have that thought process that there's an unlimited capacity of unfulfilled potential, oh, you can find yourself moving in the direction of being highly exceptional.
Well, you can see it easy. I think you can see it real easy in sports. You know, I saw it growing up. I was a Red Wings fan in the 90s, and stars would leave other teams to come take pay cuts to be a part of that team because it was so exceptional. Yeah. How do you see that in the workplace? You know, so if I'm a business owner and I want to build a highly exceptional team, how do I go find those people and how do I draw them in? I know leadership's got a big, you know, me and you are both big leadership guys. The leader's there, and are you going for the message that people want to follow you? How do you help people create that?
Man, you hit the nail on the head. It's the message. It's what you are saying that is resonating with people who seek to be highly exceptional. And in a little bit, we'll talk about what really goes into making a team highly exceptional. But it really starts with, what are you saying, right? And not only what are you saying comes from what you believe. And if you believe nothing, nobody's going to believe you. I just got to say that again. If you believe nothing, nobody's going to believe you. So you've got to come with a belief about something that's good, something that's awesome, something that's exciting, something that's valuable, something that's transformational. And then you have to be able to transform that. Now, listen to me. I love using ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT to actually get you a framework of how you communicate that. But you just make sure after ChatGPT gives you what it's going to give you, you go in there and tweak that and make sure you insert that belief, insert that fire, insert that passion so people can know that. It's in video messaging, it's in writing, it's in making sure that you're intentional about conveying that there is value and substance in the context of what it is you can achieve as a part of this team. And I think that there's not enough infusion of belief from the leader, from the visionary into others, and the empowerment of their own belief to where you don't really get to see those highly exceptional teams being built quite often.
So let's talk here. What does an exceptional team look like? Because we got about 2 minutes, so I want you to be short and concise about it. What does an exceptional team look like?
Short and concise is easy on this. I wrote a whole book on this. So all you have to tell you everything. It's called The 2 Keys for Highly Exceptional Teams, and it starts with expectation, being clear, and responsibility being taken. And responsibility is one of those unique ones because it's that oxymoron of a word that includes respond and ability, which means you need to take ability, you need to respond with your ability. But if you're not able to be clear about the expectation, you're responding with your ability by spinning your wheels. That goes back to what we've talked about regarding work-life balance. You're spinning your wheels because you don't have a true clarity of the expectation between family life and business life, and you're over here trying to balance it when it really should be aligned and in the harmony and the flow aspect, and therefore you're not really getting the value from it. So you're responding with your ability, but not to the highly effective, exceptional value that is possible. So when you know what the expectations are of the team, the expectations are of the environment, the expectations are the pursuit, then you can take responsibility, meaning you can respond with your ability and pursue with great predictability.
Well, I love it. I love it. One of the things I tell my clients is when their team's not performing well is you get what you accept. And you may have that high expectation, but if you're accepting this, that's what you're going to get.
Absolutely.
And it's your fault.
Which goes back to clarity, man.
Yeah. So how do people get a hold of you, Leo?
Team3l.com. And it'll connect you with my LinkedIn, Instagram, the books. You can click on one of those links and actually get to the 2 keys for highly exceptional teams, get to my YouTube and all of that. So look forward to you being able to be exceptional, and I can help you be that as well.
Yeah, I know you can. That's the thing. I love my good friend Leo Simpson. I'm Michael Rager, your business guide here on Biz Talk TV. We'll be back right after this. It goes.
The tax and bookkeeping team is key to any successful business. At Gunderson's Bookkeeping, our passion is to help small business owners grow, be profitable, and to prosper. We specialize in supporting small to mid-sized business owners who want to hire a full-time or even a part-time bookkeeper, but just do not have the funds. In addition, we free business owners from the tedious tasks of bookkeeping and help them focus on their business operations, their growth, and profitability. Gunderson's Bookkeeping is your business solutions partner offering a broad range of services to meet the needs of our clients. A profitable business needs accurate and reliable books, so take a strong step and call us today for your personal, no-risk consultation.
Hey, are you a small business owner that's struggling to double or triple your revenue and profits? My name is Michael Rager. I'm your business guide with Teach Your Business to Fish. Our success operating system will help you double or triple your profits every 2 to 3 years while actually maintaining some semblance of a home life. Call us at 713-201-5559 and we'll help you become a real success. Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business guide and host, Michael Rager, here on the NowMedia Television networks. Man, we've been talking a little bit about conflict and what happens. So we got Mac and Natalia, and they're going to talk a little bit about business conflict, not just business conflict, but how do you go ahead and resolve that within your company? Take it away, Mac and Natalia.
And thank you, Michael, for having us here again today. And so today's topic, we're talking about business and conflict resolution for business owners and how they sometimes have to deal with personal issues involving the family. This might be when they're dealing with a divorce or a property dispute, custody dispute, child support dispute. So conflict resolution encompasses not just the business owner's life, but also their personal lives. It affects their marriages. It affects the issues that they might deal with when it comes to family members being in business together. So for all these different reasons, sometimes people might need to look for a mediator so that they can have a sit down and talk to the other side through a third party neutral.
And what is actually so important is that everybody knows that whenever it comes to a conflict in business or in family, there are always high emotions. And they might be highly negative and therefore prohibit any constructive solution. And people are stuck in what they feel, how they feel about it all. And we want this power of emotions to be transformed into something positive, something bringing energy and relief that's giving you the power to move on. Because those emotions can actually prohibit logical thinking, logical reasoning, and we're seeking those sorts of solutions that will go beyond. Everybody knows that whenever there is conflict, you should go and look for an attorney. We want everybody to know that whenever there is conflict, you should go and reach out to find a mediator.
So as lawyers and mediators, Natalia and I, we try to work with people to, as you said, channel these kinds of strong emotions in order to facilitate resolutions that work for the benefit of all parties involved. Now, if you're a business owner, or let's say you're an employee at a business, you might have to deal with a divorce one day. And so you're dealing with a breakup. You're dealing with a separation. And sometimes these separations involve children. This stuff can become really complicated. So as family lawyers, we deal with these high emotions all the time. But rather than having a judge make the decision for you on how the split in the breakup should be happening, rather than have a third person who's probably has never met your children be making life-changing decisions for your child, isn't it better to do a sit-down with somebody else? So one thing we've always been talking about is to change the paradigm. So instead of parties finding themselves needing to go and talk to a lawyer as the first thing, why not they go instead and speak to a mediator as the first thing? And if for nothing else, one of the benefits of having that sit down with a mediator might be to at least learn the differences, learn what conflicts actually exist, because we've discovered that oftentimes people don't even realize or know what they're fighting about.
And again, changing it a little bit, conflicts in business that might require mediation or any other outside of court solutions might also embrace strictly business issues like mergers and acquisitions, important business decisions. And I need to tell you that I personally did a mediation between a couple who was having a restaurant. They were handling this restaurant together, and they got into serious trouble, not really in their marriage, but in the restaurant, how to handle the staff. Who is to be employed, what they cook, what they offer, where it is being stored, what sort of power of signing the document each of the spouses has within this restaurant. And in mediation, we managed to set up the rules for them to move amicably further on with everything that they wanted to do in their business. So whenever there is an important decision to make, and there is even a chance for disagreement, or we know that this agreement that we reached is temporary and we don't know how to carry on, or that might be fragile, it's really worthwhile reaching out to a mediator and conclude a binding, valid contract, which is an enforceable mediation agreement.
So one of the things that's very important is that there is always a tendency for people to react in a negative way. And so imagine a situation where you have a husband and a wife, they own a business together, okay? Certainly, if the marriage starts having problems and they start breaking up, that's going to impact this baby that they have created together. Now, it does not benefit either party to allow for the demise of this business, especially if the business has employees and other assets of high value. So we never want a breakdown in a relationship, in a marriage, to also take down a unified entity that is separate and distinct from the couple. So this is a lot of times why we find ourselves helping people who are in the midst of a separation but are concerned with how are they going to keep this baby, this business that they've built together, intact. We've had the opportunity to do a podcast, for example, with regards to a bankruptcy of a business that involved a couple who are married but also going through a divorce. This can get highly technical, okay? And so one of the values in all of this is, again, before just going cutthroat, going at it, and before calling a lawyer or going to a court to make a decision, it's important to sit down and find ways to build bridges and see what ways are mutually beneficial. One of the things we've always talked about, Natalia, is creativity. A mediator can help you resolve a dispute in a creative way you might never have thought about. Better 5 minds, 2 parties, their lawyers and a mediator, getting together to think of a good and incredibly powerful situation and solution, than 1 mind, a judge, making a decision cold turkey for everybody.
And on top of that, please remember that we are all integral human beings. So the conflict that we face or that we go through impacts every single area of your life. So you can't really say it's only the marriage. You can't really say it's only my business. It's actually affecting everything. It affects your sleep, it affects your eating, it affects your children when they are involved in all of that. So really finding a place where you can go and you know that even if certain changes or even some very painful splittings or breakups are involved, there is a core that needs to be preserved. And mediation is just perfect for that, because you can derive from what's been in the past, open a new perspective for the future, and try to set up steps that will lead you through what you need to go through in your life to have peace in it and to be successful in it, not needing to worry any longer about what the conflict was eating up of you.
And lastly, if your relationships are important, if your relationships with your children are important, and if it's important to you to keep a good relationship open with your ex-partner, then going to mediation, again, is a way to help ensure a continuation of a positive relationship. Far too often we see after court, after a trial, there's a winner and there's a loser. And a lot of bad blood gets created. It simmers and the relationship gets destroyed and frayed over time. But if people go to a conflict resolution expert, then there's a higher chance, a better chance that they might be able to make peace.
So thank you, Michael, for having us again, and we'll be happy to expand more in the next episodes.
And to learn more about everything that we have to offer, be sure to check out our website, which is on the screen, alaskapierre.com, where you can check out everything that we have to offer. And be sure to follow our podcast at LMI Podcast. Okay, and you can check it out on YouTube and on all across social media platforms. Thanks so much.
Hey, Mac and Natalia, that was some great information. So remember, if you have some conflict you need to resolve, listen to what the two of them have to say. I'm Michael Rager, your business guide here on NowMedia TV. We're going to be back right after this.
Hi there, this is Matthew Paul, CEO of Mayana Financial, where we'll help you live in the black and set up your financial future. You, as a business owner, is running your business and should not be worrying about your upcoming payroll or other expenses. You, as a family or individual, made a lot of money last year but trying to figure out where everything went. And that's where we come and help you. We are financial coaches and registered financial advisors, where we sit with you, create a budget, and ensure that your high interest debt is paid off and plan for your upcoming expenses. In your business, we will help you understand where the money is going and create a plan so you don't have to borrow at a high interest debt. We come across and help you to attain your financial future. So if you need to learn more about us, you can reach us at 281-435-1888. Again, I am Matthew Paul, CEO of Mayana Financial, where we help you live in the black and set up your financial future.
Hey, I'm Michael Rager, your business host and guide, and that was a great show today. We talked a little bit about conflict resolution, what it means, how we're there, what we got, looking at higher beings, how do we go ahead and we equip people. That's what I really want to talk about. I love what Eric and I were talking about, was increasing capacity. One of the things that we do every year is we take business owners on fishing trips, and we go to, we're looking this year to go to Venice, Louisiana for a couple days, and we're going to teach what we call become a real success. And that's all about building relationships, equipping, ethics, and leadership. And on this trip, what we do is hopefully we're going to hook you up to a big giant tuna. And there's nothing better. You've probably seen the wicked tuna and stuff like that. They're not that big, the 400 or 500 pounders, but 80, 90, 100, 120 pound tuna. They're great. They're fun. But we're going to equip you, and we're going to equip you poorly to start and see how hard it is. Because this is the perfect correlation with business. If you don't equip your team right, it's going to not be good. It's not going to be good. But then we're going to go equip you properly. And we equip you properly, you're going to catch a fish just like that one that we're showing me right there on that on my website. That's one I did catch on one of our trips. But you got to go out there. You got to figure out what's going on in your business. You got to equip your people. Because if you equip your people properly, and like Leo talked about today, if you set expectations and manage expectations, the amount of conflict is really going to go down inside your business. So that's what we're looking for. I'm Michael Rager, your business guide here at Biz Talk TV.